Hey everybody, this is Jackie and Jeff, and
What's up?
we are the reader and the watcher.
Me.
Mainly him. So we wanted to do our season 5, episode 1 review of Game of Thrones. We've been waiting like a really long time, and here comes our little miniature direwolf here. She kind of creeps in and out sometimes and barks.
Oh, she does. Sorry.
House Loneliness.
Chihuahua.
Yeah, House Chihuahua. Alarm going off.
See?
I don't even
Another
care. Whatever.
It's all good.
We're obviously not scripted here very much. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is the House Bolton sigil on the opening sequence on Winterfell.
You were upset about that?
I was, and I did. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Winterfell is the heart of the show, so people have talked about before, why are they still showing Winterfell? Even though there's no Starks there and blah, blah, blah. And because, that's where we started, man. We think about Ned Stark, man. Think about Ned Stark.
Absolutely.
Says it all. God.
No, I asked the same question, like, why do they keep showing Winterfell?
You did.
It's not a Winterfell anymore, But yeah.
I think
It's the heart of the show, and absolutely, I can definitely see how the Boltons friggin' banners flying be upsetting.
Dude, think how the North is gonna think too, because the Starks have ruled for they were kings, like actual kings way back when and all that stuff. So
yeah,
it's a lot of bad blood there. Okay, so the show opens up with Maggie the Frog sequence, which it's a young Cersei and her friend walking through the woods, and they go into a woods witch's house, and the witch is not very happy that they're there, and Cersei's a little bitch. Yeah. What did you think about that?
No, I liked it. I've heard a little information from her about it, so I was sad that we missed a certain part, but all in all, I thought it was good. I thought the actress who played young Cersei was a good actress. She did a great job being a maniacal little bitch.
Absolutely, she was. She definitely could believe she was a young Cersei.
Also, I liked where she wanted to taste her blood, and you're not gonna like any of these answers.
Yeah, she knew pretty much. Yeah, and like I said, trying not to get into too much spoiler territory, but if I was pissed off about anything, it was this. Definitely. I've been waiting for this Maggie the Frog. Oh my god.
She's been telling me.
I have. I try not to spoil things for him, and I don't give you too much.
No, you did a good job.
But I mean this, the Maggie the Frog thing, I just thought was so pivotal, to the story. And the fact that they left out the Valonqar thing, I'm not going to go into detail in case for some reason they revisit it, which might happen.
It did seem like they kind of chopped it, like they ended it.
And might revisit it again later this season.
Yes.
I agree. So I'm not going to go into more detail. But let's just hope, please, HBO, if you're watching, I doubt you would be, but,
seriously doubt it.
I seriously doubt it too, but please put in the freaking Valonqar. You already, ruined the House of the Undying, I feel like.
It's already filmed. It's too late anyway. If they don't do it, they don't do it.
It sucks though. But anyway. But you remember though me telling you about the House of Undying, Dany, in the book, like how much cooler it was. Yeah. I think I read you some of the passages even. Absolutely. And you were even like, I can't believe they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes, I'm not a book purist by any means, but sometimes, hey, George doesn't have any complaints from me, His writing is amazing. So we're going to stick in... You wouldn't know. You wouldn't. We're going to stick in King's Landing. So we're at Tywin's funeral.
His freaky-ass eyes.
With his freaky-ass eyes. We both were like, what the fuck are those?
You were the first one that said it, but yeah, I agree.
And that's what I thought. Is the point of this that he's still terrifying even in death? Maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that's what they were trying to portray in some kind of way.
My first thought was, it's some type of old tradition, for the ferryman to take him over to, the other realms or whatever the hell they...
No, I mean, and that makes sense. And we saw that with John Aaron and stuff
absolutely.
and whatnot. So, that's not, like, out of the realm of possibility. But, yeah. So to stay in King's Landing, the next thing that really happens of import is Lancel shows up. Like, he's been apparently beefing up and really reading their 7 Bible.
Yeah.
He's a sparrow, a religious zealot now. What did you think about that?
I don't know. It's hard to say, honestly. I didn't believe it was the same actor, honestly, until...
Remember I Googled it?
Yeah, she Googled it and finally told me, like, 20 minutes ago. But, no, I thought it was cool. I appreciated where he was coming from. To me, it seemed like he was trying to, I guess, just better himself, like, in like a monk-style way, obviously. Like...
Lead a better life.
And that's why I think...
Free himself from pain.
Yeah. Get that stuff out in the open about, I don't want to steal your thunder, but about Robert Baratheon and, getting them drunk and the incest and apologizing to her for it.
Well, what I was saying was, I didn't see this until I watched the episode, like about twice fully through, and the second time was when I thought, is he kind of like, in a way, like threatening her in a very veiled way? Not threatening, but more like...
I know what you did, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm not afraid to admit this anymore, and you can't control me, and the 7, because he says the 7 is something like dealing out mercy, but also justice, and I just felt like, I don't know, that's some major foreshadowing there. They did a good job with that. So we move to Meereen, the Harpy. So they're pulling the Harpies down, and Jeff asked me, is that thing gold? And I was like, probably, who knows?
Yeah.
Meereen?
That was my first thing, was like, is that thing all gold? Because I'd be chopping off that friggin' wing and heading
They probably are. They probably are. But, yeah, dude, like, Meereen's old. It's kind of like, our Egypt has that and geese, and that's their, some of their languages, Old Giscari, they call it. So, yeah, and that's their god is the Harpy. So, Dany, think about it. She's tearing down their god for a lot of these people. So,
absolutely.
Like, she's doing...
I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, I really don't know what their god means to them.
True. And a lot of them are slaves.
They don't explain much of that in the show.
True, absolutely. No, and that's why I have you here, because it's true. You don't understand that. You don't get to see that aspect, But also, too, if you're a slave and you're, like, made to think a certain way and feel a certain way, I could see where the slaves might not really care, and then, like, the rich, noble people are pissed off because, that's their choice in God and whatever, and they have their beliefs. But anyway, so, and then we see that poor and sully guy, and he goes to the whorehouse. She holds him, starts rocking him, singing, humming to him in his ear, and the son of the Harpy guy kill him. And what did you think about that?
I didn't expect it at all, first off.
It was shocking.
I knew there's some type of, with, I might pronounce her name wrong, Missandei. And
Grey Worm.
And Grey Worm. So I know there's obviously got to be some mental, connection, whether they just want companionship or... But to me, when I saw it was it seemed like one of his earliest memories was because he didn't want her to take off all her clothes, and it was just like something...
He did say that. He said, don't. Yeah.
It seemed like something that he would have done with his mother, like one of his first good memories before he was unsullied was his mom laying with him, cuddling him, and humming or singing in his ear.
Yeah, no, and I said that too. I said I think that was a motherly thing for him. And that, I think the show did a good job of portraying that
Absolutely.
We all want love. Just because they were cut, they're castrated or whatever. They're still people and they have a heart. And I kind of like what they're doing with Missandei and Grey Worm and the...
I'm curious.
I'm curious too. because we still, yeah, we all have hearts. We don't want to be alone. We want somebody to love, and it doesn't have to always be just about sex, So I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
And I love that the show is going into that.
Yeah, me too. I think it's neat. It's cool.
So, okay, and then we come to, Dario and Khaleesi. They still getting it on.
Yeah.
They still getting it on. She was looking pretty hot. She was looking pretty damn hot.
She's always looking pretty damn hot.
She is. She is.
For
I
a blonde,
she's
she
my
is
favorite.
definitely.
For a blonde, yeah.
Well, she's not naturally blonde.
No, dude. But Terminator, our honor back there. I think she's gonna be good. Sarah Connor. Let's hope.
As do I.
Let's hope.
But anyway, what's the question? Sorry.
No, we're just talking about how hot Khaleesi is, and Dario and her obviously are still getting it on, and
I think it's cool. I think it's like he even says in the in the episode, like pretty much, I'm the only one who's gonna fucking tell you the truth.
He does.
Like, you need to show your power.
You're the mother of the dragons. Be mother of dragons, and then she goes to the poor dragons, and poor, I want to say, but they're big.
They grew like twice the size.
I know, and they're locked in. So imagine when we see Drogon. That's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then Hizdahr Zularak, he comes apparently back from Yunkai, and he wants to open the fighting pits, and she's like, no way. So I think that's it for Marine, and then one of the funniest scenes, Robin Aaron. Little pussy, Robin Aaron, getting his little ass beat.
Junior being a little puss.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That was
It was pathetic.
Poor kid.
Christ, he's sucking on his mom's tit up until,
Yeah.
however old he was. The first scenes you see of him, yeah.
Boobs out. Yeah, absolutely.
And it seems like, it's not just for that scene alone. It's like
that's all he eats pretty much is mother's milk.
I want mommy's titty.
Nothing like mother's milk. But anyway, I'm sorry. And it seems like Sansa and Littlefinger are on the same page. It seems like they kind of have a understanding of one another. I do not think it was a coincidence when Lord Royce is talking shit on on Robin, and he's saying like, what is this kid? This kid ain't got nothing. And Littlefinger's like, he's got the gift of a great name, and then as gives his hand to Sansa. So I do think that is some major foreshadowing.
You see, or they say that, and it immediately shifts to the camera's looking at Sansa
Absolutely.
and Littlefinger. So yeah,
absolutely.
I agree with you.
And then we see Brienne and Pod, our little odd couple. This season's odd couple.
I like them together. I feel bad for both of them. Especially for Brienne.
Mm-hmm.
Because she whatever.
She's disillusioned.
Yeah, but she didn't. She feels like she didn't fulfill her duties to Jaime, to Catelyn,
to
Renly, absolutely. So
and she's taking her out on poor little Pod,
and that's why I feel bad for both of them. And Pod, he's doing his best, and he's coming to his own. It seems like he
has.
So yeah, I like the scene, but I felt bad for both of them.
Okay, so now we're at the Wall. Mel is creeping hardcore on Jon Snow. She asks if he's a virgin, and she gives him some creepy looks. And
she's always friggin' warm.
Yeah.
Are you cold, my lady?
Yes.
Aren't you cold, my lady, in that fine silk dress you're friggin' wearing?
I'm glad you caught that.
But yeah, I always run hot and touches the scene.
Yep. And that's very true in the books. Yeah, she's walking around the Wall where it's like freaking Arctic, climate and stuff.
Yeah, everyone else has got the big freaking crow's outfit on. With
the cloaks and furs and coats and all these things, and she's just walking around in like a dress, and the Lord will keep me warm. So yeah. So Stannis goes to Jon Snow and says, "I want you to get Mance to Benmané. And if he does, not only will I free him, but all his people will be free. I want the wildlings to join join with me. And did you expect that at all? Did you see that coming?
And I didn't see that coming. I mean, I expected him wanting something of Mance and his army. I didn't see that come, no, but yeah, it was interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think it was definitely interesting. And then we go to Mance and Jon and their talk, and it was kind of sad, and
it was, and I understood what he was saying, his point of view, and not bending,
he wants
free.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The free folk don't bend their knee, and
absolutely,
and, they choose how they live and how they die.
And that's it. He wants to go out on his terms. He wants to die free.
Yeah.
So I do respect him for that. And I'm not going to say anything too much more, but there was no Lord of Bones, so I guess Book Raiders, we know that's obviously probably not happening, which kind of stinks, but at the same time,
I was really sad. I love Mance.
Yeah, Mance.
I mean, I grew to respect him.
I wish we had more time with him.
Me too. Just another hour worth of showtime would have been sweet.
Absolutely.
I just like his relationship with Jon.
Selyse, what do you call it too? When they're burning him, Selyse, the wife of Stannis, still, she's in praise,
like she is on all the friggin' burnings,
and everybody else is cringing.
Oh crap!
Stannis,
sorry.
I know Stannis is he's just kind of looking, but everybody else is kind of cringing. She's it's just she's so crazy.
Drinking
that
the Kool-Aid by the gallon.
Yes, definitely. she's pretty nutty. But I just wanted to say in response to some other people are saying about Game of Thrones, I don't think it's jumped the shark. I hope, and I'm praying that it's not going to jump the shark.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the show guys, Dan and Dave, they don't want it to go past 7 seasons because that's what they set it out to be. HBO wants it to go further. Of course they do. They don't want to. It's a cash cow. Yeah. They don't want to give it up. But I don't think it's going to jump the shark. I'm still holding on hope.
I'm still hoping that they're gonna keep it
strong,
keep it solid.
Absolutely. And I want to give just thanks to everybody. Thank you, Tony Teflon. Thank you,
Teflon, my man.
Thank you, Red Team. I love you. Been watching you probably, my God, for over 3 years now or so.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, we both have. Don the Kraken, thanks so much for your support.
Don.
Love you.
Comments, man. Thank you.
Everybody, just thanks so much. And
I gotta give a shout out.
Go ahead, baby.
To my man Robert Mlark, my boy. Love you.
And yeah, I really appreciate it. I wanted to get out some more videos. I got my Princess Nymeria Part 1 video. That was actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So
always.
Yeah, this is very tough for us. We're not
tech savvy anymore
at all. We know nothing about computers. We do this, like I said before, just for the love of it, just for the fun of it, just because we love Game of Thrones that fucking much. And I'm going to curse on that one because it's true. Right?
That's right.
And we just want to thank everybody. So we'll see you next week. We'll do a review of episode 2, and I'll have some more stuff coming out. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
We love you.